Okay, hello everyone. Good evening. This is my second video, and today is 21st of Feb, 6:48 p.m. Sydney time. So my name is Mohit, and I am currently an AS apprentice from Australia, and currently on a journey to share my side of the knowledge related to Oracle products and also try and learn from other experienced and enthusiastic people around the globe who are working on Oracle technology and love to share their amazing work. So today the agenda for this video is continuation of what I discussed last time. So we did kind of look at how the different Oracle enterprise products like the Oracle e-business suite and Taleo Enterprise Edition. Uh, they work hand in hand, wherein on one of my clients, Oracle e-business suite was is the uh, source system for workforce structure items like organization, job, and location, and how that gets consumed into the Taleo Enterprise application and can be used for recruitment purposes. So just a quick summary of last video. Again, that was uh, part on the product usage as well as the product advocacy side of things, how the data flow happens, how the core organization and location can be set up in any business suite, and with help of integration, they can be transferred or consumed into the Taleo application. Now, we briefly touched upon one of the key tools that is being provided by Oracle. So it's called Taleo Connect Client. Now, some of you might be hearing it for the first time, but people who are in the recruitment space and have used the Taleo product, they might have a better idea about this particular tool. So Taleo Connect Client or TCC, you can think of it as a desktop tool where which can be used to either export data out of your Taleo application or import data into your Taleo application. So on a very oversimplification version, I can call it like it's like a SQL developer that we use for our Oracle e-business suite connecting to the database. So I can have SQL developer on my desktop or on my client machine, and I can connect to the database, query data, or I can insert data into the tables using certain mechanisms. So similarly, for the Taleo Cloud product, uh, that there is a particular tool and that's called TCC. So in today's video, what I will try to showcase is how someone can install TCC on their machine, because obviously unless you install it, you can't use the features and functionality of TCC. So good thing, there are structured information available on how to install, from where to download the necessary files, and uh, step-by-step instructions. So I'll just probably take you through all those steps, and then I'll show you how to connect to a particular environment. For in this particular video, I will be connecting to my client's dev environment, which is a staging environment. So it will probably give you an idea how you can begin your journey trying to learn Taleo Connect Client. So just again, from a verification perspective, so that you know it's me who is creating the video, and it's not kind of outsourced or recorded by someone else. So here is my Oracle Ace dashboard, my email ID. So where do I get the Taleo installation file? That's the first question. So the easy answer is you log in into your support page. Or someone within your organization who has the support identifier, they can log in, and on the search bar, if they put Taleo Connect Client, which is the name of the tool, straight away, uh, you can see that there is a knowledge article downloading the Taleo Connect Client installation file, TCC and PIP. Now, what is TCC and what is PIP? I'll probably talk about when we will do the steps. Think of it, uh, there is a base setup, or you can call it a envelope, if I have to put it in a certain way, and then there is a certain setup which connects to your Taleo cloud entity. So it's a two-part setup. Uh, there are certain expectations from the installation perspective, but yeah, it's not very rocket science. So we click on this knowledge article from Oracle. By the way, this is all Oracle copyrighted material, but yeah, it's available to their customers. So what it says is that the setup or the software can be found on Oracle Software Delivery Cloud. So I'll go there, I'll keep it, and from there you can download both the files. So one, as I said, so it's a two-part setup. One is the TCP client file, and the other is the PIP, which is the product information pack. So to get the TCC file, you obviously you need to check on what's the version of your Taleo Enterprise Edition. Most of us are anyways over 22A. So most likely in your case, you will be looking for this particular application, Oracle Taleo Platform Cloud Service Connect 22A.1. In case if you have any doubt, you can always log in into your Taleo application, and on the landing page, you can just click on the help menu and then find out your version. But as I said, most of the clients have already upgraded, like they are on 22A or above, so we should be using the latest version. So let's see. So we are here on the software delivery cloud. It has taken my single sign on. I come here, and then what I need to do is, so as the step suggests, search pop-up, put this one. So let's try put this. We go here, connect, and search. So this will give me the various versions as we were looking at the knowledge article, because I know my client is on a higher version than 22A.1. So I'll be picking this one, Connect 22A.1. So, so this is this one. So I'll just click on it. It gets added to the queue. And as I said, it's a two-part setup. So the product information pack also needs to be selected. Now, the knowledge article, obviously, you don't have to look for the PIP version 22A.1 as the note mentioned, like they can be on a different version, but which the one that we have to select is this. So connect 19.8, the Leo platform, cloud services connect. So let us find where we can find this. So 19A, do we see here? This one, right? So we click on that. That's also added to the queue. We go to the view items. So I'm gonna go continue. Here I need to select the platform. Now I am installing it on my laptop. The important information is, irrespective of whether you are a 32 or a 64-bit, most of our laptop are now 64-bit. The option that we have to select is 32-bit. If you are on a Unix machine, then it has to be Linux, because you will definitely have requirements to install TCC on your server, so that your integration in live environment, they can work uh, without a manual intervention. So, but for this particular demo, we will just install it on our laptop, because you might require it for your day-to-day work related to data extraction or import. So I'll select 32, which is this one, and then I have to continue, and you can accept the license agreement, continue, and then download. So this is obviously going to take some time because if you see the file size 170 and 5 MB, so this downloads the license manager and it will ask me where to download. So I will just put it in my folder on my machine. No, okay, let's put it in downloads and leave on it and let it download. It's gonna take some time. So now in the meantime, how we can leverage more of the Oracle support portal if you have not like most of us from consulting background or the business side of things, they do go to my Oracle support very often and then look for uh, any available knowledge article or raise a service request for a defect and things like that. But related to TCC, what are the materials available? So if you do a quick search on normal your web browser with TCC, you can look at the user guide. So this particular TCC guide obviously has all the different, the exhaustive list of options that you can use or the whole interface of TCC, which we'll also have a look in a second once the download happens. And interesting part is how to write the query because as I said, it's a desktop tool where you will be exporting data or importing data. So obviously there will be certain conditions based on which you will either uh, export or import the data. So how those, because it's not SQL, so it has a different architecture to it, and the query language is obviously different. So how that will work. So for example, if I just click on the, so in normal SQL, we write, uh, if I have to extract data, so I can write between this, but for the TCC extract, I need to put it in an XML format. So this user guide is very handy. Uh, Obviously, there is cache, uh, TCC export and import. There is a daily limit. And what that means is it's the consumption limit. So if you run your query with uh, like for the whole of your organization or without any proper filtering condition, you are going to exhaust your web service limit and the TCP limit, and then nothing will run in your system. So be very mindful, even in a lower environment. Never prepare your TCP queries directly in production. If you are like some sort of superhuman, then it can be okay. Like if you have been working on TCC for so long, but still the advice is when starting new, try to connect to your lower environment. Always ensure that you have a proper filter condition and then run it. Like you don't want to extract all the candidates in your organization. So you better put a filter condition on first name or last name, either a keyword or a date of birth and things like that. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's see if the download has finished or not. So one is running. The other thing, if I just look at again, try and leverage the Oracle support for TCC specifically. So the other option, if you want to learn about TCC or explore or question, is obviously the customer community, where you have an option like there are dedicated spaces. But over here, if I try and just do a wild search on TCC script, because what I remember is there are certain samples which are obviously available. So I'm just doing some wild search because there is something which I vaguely remember. TCC sample information. So as I said, TCC user guide, which we just shown, and data dictionary. Again, very important document because uh, the whole Taleo structure is based out of like they have a concept of entity. So your requisition is one entity, your candidate is another entity. So it's good to have a look at the user guide whenever you are starting or whenever you have some questions about it. And if I further navigate to these knowledge articles, so I probably will end up on the Cloud Customer Connect, where there are people like you and me who might have questions, and then it's a community-based approach where more experienced people or whosoever has experienced that issue before, they try to share their knowledge. Logging, I'm just waiting for the download to finish, and then we can see so some more. Look, Cloud Customer Connect, and I go here and Taleo Enterprise because my client is on Taleo Enterprise Edition, not on Business Edition. Business Edition is again there is a differentiation based on your organization headcount. For larger organizations, the recommendation is to use Taleo Enterprise, as the name suggests. So my client is on Taleo Enterprise on Cloud Customer Connect. When I click on that particular group, here I can see all the questions related to the Taleo enterprise product from other clients. And if I search here with TCC, I might see some questions related to TCC as well. So it's not asking. Search and TCC, search and community with TCC. So yes, this is a perfect place. The Cloud Customer Connect, you navigate to the HCM family, and under that Taleo Enterprise, you can ask your question, and then, as I said, you can look at someone will definitely come and help you with your queries to begin with if you want. But again, parallelly, it's always good to look at the TCC user guide which we have and also the data dictionary. So why data dictionary? Because you want to understand which field corresponds to what in a Taleo environment. Like your front end might be showing a different label as the consulting team or project team would have designed it in that way. But what is that field behind in the Taleo space is something that the data dictionary will help you with. And the writing of query and import part of it, this user guide is very helpful. Okay, let's see where we are. Okay, so we are done with the download. Now I'll just say, oh, start them. That's all. I'll just keep it here. And announce this as the first. So now, as I mentioned previously, there are two parts to it. One is the pip file and one is the main Taleo installation file, the application installer. So we need to first install the pip file, okay, which is this one, data model. Okay, remember data model was 19A. If I go back, the pip file was 19A. That's how I know. And the application file was 22A.1. So first we need to install the data model file. So these this contains the various endpoints to your entity. Okay, so this needs to be installed first. Next step, and by default, I'll just put it to C drive product integration pack and install and send. So look how there are different for the different sections of your recruiting product, the Taleo product. I can see the various endpoints. So that's why it needs to be installed first. Then I install the main file. So here, if I again, that's the 22a.1, and I'll install this. We can keep it blank. It asks me for that pip reference. That's why we had to install the pip file first. So I go to C. This is my pip. Next, and my TCC, I'm going to install in C drive. So here, now go next and spin. Sorry, I'll just say a desktop icon and quick launch. Spin. So install. Yes, let it install. Then we will test with the login. So I'll say launch. That's the README file. That's okay. I also go to the TCC folder and let it just waiting for TCC to close. Yeah. So this is the login page because it's a fresh installation. So there's nothing is being set up. So we will start by setting up something. So you can select by default, you can select anything which is like the latest version. I just because it's kind of what I have been using. So I usually select SmartOrg and the 15 now, but that's not hard and fast. You can select anything which is the latest version. I take the SmartOrg 15B. It's still an old thing, but yeah, that's my default. There's no endpoint yet, so I need to create an endpoint, which is the connection details. So I will put details for my client, which is the lower environment, and the port and the credentials. So I'm not using any generic credentials. It's my own. Then I'll do a thing, and I'll wait. If the connection is successful, it will prompt me that the connection is successful, and so endpoint is created, which is good. And then me the UI. Now, so I'm connected successfully, and this is the TCC UI. It has different components. That's probably a discussion for some other video. But quickly, if I want to know whether I'm connected correctly or not, so what I'll do is I'll just monitor what are the integrations running. And if I am able to see something running of recent, then I'm sure like I can connect. So when I clicked on, let me go back again. So I'll go file, new profile, and then I select. So my connection is kind of set, and then I click on next. Again, so one finish, so I can see all the recent processes that are running in that staging 01 environment. Okay, so if I click on this, so something is running, something would have finished like as a process. So definitely I'm connected to the SO1 environment. Now, some clients, they have proxy on their network, and sometimes like it can be you can be in a situation where you try to install TCC on your system and you are on the your client network and it doesn't connect to the Taleo cloud. So in that case, what needs to happen? There is a initial INI file, Taleo Connect Client INI. Can you open it? So here you need to get the proxy details. So the proxy details is something which your database team can provide. But yeah, that can be a starting point to troubleshoot. Uh, if you know that the credentials are correct and everything is correct and you are able to connect on an open internet. So currently I am on an open internet. I'm not on my client, organization network. So I am on open internet. That's why I'm able to connect. But if I try to connect to my client network and again just try and connect to TCC, it won't work because my client network, I need a proxy. So yeah, just be mindful of that fact. So I hope you would have got some idea on if you are thinking of how to learn about TCC, where to start. So obviously the first step is to get that application installed on your system and then getting the credentials, uh, ensuring that you don't have, or you if you have proxy, then the .ini file needs to have those proxy details added here, and then you can start exploring together with the user guide, which is this one, the data dictionary, as well as you can take help of the customer connect portal. But most importantly, always have someone with has a bit of experience in TCC because you don't want to run blank queries which will which can lead to the exhaustion of your daily TCC limit. So it's very important that you keep that in mind. So if I again do a bit of wide search, so TCC export limit, let's see if I can get a hit on that document. It is, yeah. So this is export limit increase, da, 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 da. So yes, and then this is something which if you don't keep in mind, you will realize, okay, none of the integration or the processes are running because you have hit that threshold. So yeah, just be mindful. Try to run first few steps with, and the other key differentiation is it's not like SQL developer where if you think or if you feel that a query is taking too long, you can terminate the session. Once in TCC, if you hit a script and it has gone to the cloud, then yeah, there are very few ways to terminate it. So yeah, just be very careful because you are directly talking to the cloud database. So just take the necessary guardrails. I hope you might have liked this video or got something in, informative out of it. So yeah, it's not a very fine edited video. This is just like my initial attempt to record some of my learning as part of the product usage and product advocacy. So I'm using OBS Studio for sound and video recording. The sound might feel a bit robotic, but yeah, please bear with me and hopefully with time, uh, I will also work on my editing skills to kind of record it in a more uh, professional manner. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.